Hey guys, how's it going? Before we get started with today's topic of Wednesday waste management stories, I just want to go ahead and apologize about um, earlier this morning. I made a video, or I released a video about the Tuesday route, which was around 30 or so minutes. So I do apologize about the length, and I do apologize that it cut off at like the near end, but there was like 30 seconds left. Um, and it split off to two videos for whatever reason. My recording stopped and just split for no reason. So I have no idea why that happened. With that being said, I do appreciate everybody congratulating me on getting my brand new Switch. And with that being said, let's talk more about waste management. Now, before I continue, I just want to go ahead and say that I am in no way shaming waste management or shit posting waste management. I'm just informing you guys about things that happened to me while I was working at waste management. Now, Wednesday and Friday, I'll be talking a lot more about this one subject called tipping. And like I was talking about the Tuesday route, somebody attempted to bribe me and everybody to, take his couch or whatever the heck it was, even though all he had to do was just call the waste management that was closest to him, which was our plant, and or our division, and pay them the $20 or $30 so we can pick his couch up or whatever. He was having none of it. He was trying to just bribe us to take it, and I'm just sitting here like, that's not how we do business. You either need to call them or we're not touching this couch. So, with that being said, let's move on to Wednesday stuff. So, my Wednesday route, there was, a few times during the month of April and May, and sometimes March, because it was, things were starting to warm up in the March areas. So, there was a few times along the Wednesday route where somebody would just come out with a thing of water and would just give me and my partner a water. If we had a third guy, we'd ask, "Hey, we have a third guy. Do you have an extra thing of? Do you have an extra water so you can give to our third guy?" 9 times out of 10, it'd be, "Yes, let me go get it real quick," and I almost immediately would say, "Hold on, let me go get this can at the end of the road. We'll be right back." So we'd usually come straight back. Somebody would have a water or a Gatorade or something. And, throughout the months of March, April, May, my last couple of months there, um, it was pretty much almost every week. Somebody somewhere would take time to buy 3 bottled waters or just have like a huge thing of water and just give the 3 trash guy or the guys in the trash truck just 2 or 3 bottles of water to just give to one each or something like that. It really wasn't that big of a deal, and I didn't really think of it. I'm just like, well, thanks. I really needed that because guess what? It's gonna be like 75, 80 degrees today. I'm gonna be literally getting my freaking jacket off and just, sitting here sweating my freaking butt off in a freaking truck that has no AC whatsoever. So, the Wednesday route, we'd usually a have a rental, but when April came around, they switched me out with another truck, a truck that doesn't have AC whatsoever. So, when somebody would, give us that water, it heck of a lot. Trying to think of the words that I'm trying to say, but you know, having that water or Gatorade on us would help pretty much mentally, because just sitting here drinking water, saying we're going to get through this today. We're going to finish at 2 o'clock. We're going to get home at around 3, beating the Atlanta traffic and, having a good time of it, basically. Wednesday route also consisted of a lot of extra stuff. So I would almost always have to basically just go down the line and just, constantly click on pick up, not out, pick up, so on and so forth. And a lot of these cases, a lot of these cases, specifically for this route and specifically for the big neighborhoods that we had to pick up, because we had to pick up in 3 big neighborhoods that we had to collect each and every single house. So, alongside of that, we had to worry about, okay, this guy has a bunch of like extra trash, and we're only allowed to pick up 8 bags and then move on. Any more than 8, or I would honestly say if it was any more than 10, then that's too much. Because you pick up 8 bags, you're going to see, well, it's just 2 more bags. But if I see 3, 4, 5 more bags, I'm going to say that's a little too much. Pick up 8, let's go. Pick up our required amount, because we are only required to pick up 8. And at that case, if there's like hell of a lot more than 8 bags, I would usually take a picture on the tablet, and I would say pick up excessive trash, only picked up 8, and leave it at that. I would literally see how many bags were left. Say like 4 or 5 extra bags. I'm not going to, pick up that. Now, some people would say, dude, it's just 4 bags. Just pick it up. Well, hate to say it, but we're on a limit. And that limit is basically the truck. How much we can fill before we have to go dump again. And the dump closes at 5. Strictly at 5. So if we're on the scale and it's 4:59 and we get up there and it's 5, they're closed. We have to wait for them to give us the clipboard, write the name, write the tonnage, or whatever, and just basically that's literally what we'd have to do. Now, sometimes, very, very rarely, the lady there would allow, like we're right at 5, we're just trying to finish up our route. We have to, get like maybe one more neighborhood, and this was like any route. This isn't just Wednesday route, because we'd usually get done at like before 5 on the Wednesday route. Very rarely we would finish around 5, but if we did finish around 5, it was because we had a very slow truck. So, at that case, we would just basically do our best and just hope for the best. I do remember one time we had to go dump, and my helper had ran off, and I'm just sitting here like, where's my helper? He should have been here by now. We got to get going. It's almost 3, and we have like maybe we have one more big neighborhood to do, and I think we had some extra stuff to do. Yeah, we had one more big neighborhood to do, and then we had like one other neighborhood where it was basically scattered out throughout that neighborhood, and it was a pretty decent sized neighborhood, but it wasn't like too big. I think all in all, our last neighborhood had at least 20 to about 30 cans in it. So, all in all, still a decent sized neighborhood. Still had to pick up those 30 other cans, and I'm just sitting here like, what am I supposed to do? I don't have a helper. I have one more big neighborhood to do that I still have to finish or packed out, and that was a pretty bad day because I was getting on around 3. I was just losing my mind, wondering where my helper went. He had to go, or he decided to go home because he thought that was it. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, you've been on this route for who knows how long. We had one more big neighborhood to do. We had like 30 extra cans in that final neighborhood to do. That's kind of a no excuse, no brainer. So I had to call my mentor, Don, and basically ask him, hey, I need help. I need somebody to, help me get the last big neighborhood. So fortunately, I did get that help. I was very, very lucky that I got the help that I got. So I was just sitting here getting out at every single can, and Don rolls up and has like 2 extra guys with him. One of them gets on my truck and says, "Let's go." And I'm like, thank the fucking gods. If Don goes one way, the reverse way, and I'm going this other, the normal way around this neighborhood, and I'm just, thanking him at like right when we meet each other, and then he says, "How much more do you have?" And I tell him, I got that one more neighborhood to do at whatever it was, and he says, "All right, are you going to go get it?" And I'm going to say, "Hell yeah, I'm going to go get it. It's my route. Got to go get it." So he tells me to start from the very back, and we'll meet in the middle, and we ended up basically doing that. It was a pretty good day. We ended up finishing at around 4:30ish, like pretty close to 5, but we were still able to, dump our crap and then, get ready for tomorrow. Or for the next day. If I could stop hiccuping. So, that was a pretty good time, but still pretty crappy that my helper had left right before we got, finished with the route, because we could have gotten done at 4, or we could have gotten done at 3:30, and I was waiting for him for about a good 20 or so minutes, and that big neighborhood alone would have taken about an hour to do if we were just pretty chillaxed like we usually would be. And then on other days we'd be, let's go. We want to get home at 2 or 3. We want to go, because Wednesday's route usually very short. We never have to, help anybody. There was the one time we did have to help somebody, and him I will name Smokey. Now, Smokey, I had to work with him. I may have mentioned him in when I was first starting out, but I can't remember the name that I originally got him. But he was the same guy that was working in like this big neighborhood that was below the 3 big neighborhoods that I was working in on my Wednesday route. His truck had unfortunately broken down, so me and what was his name? Camera uh, was working. He was working the north half of this route. I came from the bottom and just started hitting cans left and right. And that was a really good day because I had finished my route um, at a good pace. We got finished with our route on at around 2 or 3 ish. Yeah, we got finished with our route at around 3, so it was good. We went to dump, and we went back out, and we started on Smokey's big neighborhood. So you know every single house we had to hit. So it was left, right. Went down one way, had to go across the street. Left, right. And by the time we started seeing empty cans, we were sitting here like, okay, we know Smokey, or well, not Smokey. We know Camera's around here somewhere. So let's find him. Let's see where he's at. We go down one neighborhood where we didn't that we saw some more cans. They weren't empty, so we just hit it. And then by the time we find him, we give him a little honk honk, and we're like, let's turn around and get out of here. We got back at around 4, I think, that day. That was it was a really good day. We had a I wouldn't say we had a good time, but we had that good feeling that we helped Smokey out. Camera was here as well, so Camera helping at the far end, at the north end. We were coming up from the south. It was basically fighting a battle on 2 fronts. It was something really, really good. We won that battle that day. And again, we still got the tips, and I don't know what side Smokey usually went on, but we had a few people come out and say, "Hey, weren't you supposed to come for the other side?" And I'm sitting here like, "Oh, I'm usually not on this route." So it's I'm just helping the other guy out. So we still got I don't know if we got tips that day, but I think somebody did come out with a water or Gatorade. So that was still really good. It was still a really good feeling to help somebody with their route. A lot of times on the Wednesday route, we would have to go pick up whatever was left remaining from the Tuesday route. In that case, we would pretty much be like, all right, well, let's go pick up whatever was left off the Tuesday route and then get started on our Wednesday route. We basically just do our Wednesday route a little backwards. We do our, at that point, we would do our big neighborhoods first, and then go dump, and then do the rest of the route. It was still, a very good, pretty good day afterwards. And at that point, we would know that we'd have to like hurry up, finish, so we could get done before 5 or even before 4. In most cases, it would be before 4. So, still good feeling. And, that's pretty much everything that happened along the Wednesday route. So, tomorrow I'll see if I can't do the Thursday routes. And then, of course, Wednesday we'll talk about the Friday routes. And then Thursday we'll probably talk about how I ended up getting fired or, well, released. Anywho, I think that's pretty much all that I have to say about, all of that. All in all, I still think it was a pretty decent experience to having to work as a truck guy or trash truck guy. So, whatever. At the end of the day, I got paid. So, whatever. Anywho, I'm gonna head off to my job now. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring my Switch and probably play either some Zelda or Pokemon while I'm not doing anything. So something I'm kind of looking forward for. So yeah, there's that. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and if you're new to the channel, leave a subscribe. I'm fixing to upload a brand new Death Eater Reborn video tomorrow at noon, so don't forget to set a reminder for that. That should be available on my channel, by the way. So there's that. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.